Hey guys, it's Tape the Grape, and today I'm going to do a little update video. Well, first of all, that abandoned Chevy Lumina, my last video, 9 days ago, sadly it's still there, so probably is abandoned and probably going to get towed any day now to the and taken to the impound yard. And if I knew who to contact, even if I did, it'd probably be a bunch of fees to be able to claim ownership of it, and it wouldn't have a key with it, so likely not going to get that. But another update on my Lumina. So I don't know if it was less than a month or right around a month ago. I had trouble starting it, of course. It was cold, rainy. Don't know if the rain had anything to do with it or not, or if it was just coincidental. But anyway, 2 more times since that have I had trouble starting it, and both on those days it was either rainy or cold or kind of both. But again, the rain/snow could have just been coincidental. I don't know, but obviously I wasn't going to make a video each time it happened because I'd been really repetitive. But like I said, 2 more times since that video, and well, I had Annoy Motors take a look at it, and I ended up taking it to a shop to see what they thought about it the day after. And both of them, now, let me go, I'm getting ahead of myself. Annoy Motors, he had one of them scan tools that's specifically for OBD1, has a bunch of adapters, so it could be for Chrysler, GM, Ford, all that. But he used the one for the GM, of course. Now, it can run its whole like, factory tests that they'd have at the dealerships when these were new and stuff. But oh yeah, he scanned everything. Everything seemed to be working fine. His suggestion, as well as the shop's suggestion, is even though that the throttle positioning sensor tested good on that, he said the only thing he could really think of off the top of his head, of course, he's not with the car every day, so from what I described to him and he thought, well, maybe that could be something that to be replaced. The shop said the same thing. So I actually replaced it. I'll show you. So, of course, here's underneath the engine. Super easy to get to. 2 little torque screws, or torque screws. And unplugging that, and then you can see. But it wasn't bad at all. It was pretty easy. Only, 40-something bucks at O'Reilly with tax and all. But it was fairly easy. So anyway, did that stop my starting issue? Or did it fix my issue I'm having, Well, I don't know yet. Once it becomes cold, I'll be able to tell you. But that's what both of them suggested it might be. Never said for certain. But, well, let's hope. But I will start it for you. It's obviously warm today, so it shouldn't have much issue starting. Again, I haven't had to press the accelerator because it's supposedly fixed, but we'll see. So I'm not going to press the accelerator unless I absolutely have to. But recently, every time prior to this, I haven't had to, if that makes sense. I'm kind of making myself sound complicated. You know what I mean. Let's try. Yep, no issue at all. But again, we'll see if it on a cold day, we'll see if that's the issue or not. I'm sorry, if it fixed the issue, rather. But seems to be working just fine now. And one thing I did notice, or accidentally found out while it's running, look at that. I remember watching a video of someone thinking that was an actual feature. I think it's just the lock cylinder's worn out. But thankfully, it still requires the key, so you can't just use anything to start it. Unless, of course, you break it. But, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. But other than that, there's really been no other issue with it. No other issue with my mom's Impala, of course. That's been running and driving just fine. My dad's truck, put the radiator cap back on it and doesn't seem to have been overheating again. So maybe it was just loose. It might have been from when I accidentally didn't put it on all the way. I don't really know. I'm not for certain that's what it was, but it's possible I accidentally left it too loose. But either way, no issue from the Mercury either. Everything's been doing good. And now time for some outside updates. Now I don't recall if I've done a video on it or not, but this here stick with a bunch of weird things stuck to it. I'll show you. A bunch of bottle caps. I don't recall if I've had it in a video before. My fiance made that. It's meant to catch rain and feed water like butterflies and things like that. Or really anything. No, I'm sorry, this one down here is for butterflies. She's really nature oriented and stuff. So she's got like sand and salt.
fills up with water. It's supposed to give water to like butterflies, and there's another one right there for like insects and things like that. The good insects, of course. But anyway, we also got like a bird feeder she bought. And we planted some, well, seeds for flowers and whatnot down here. Gotta water it every day. I'll do that later. But and then here, my ghetto rigged window here. Now the only reason I have this like this is the original wood framing at the bottom was rotted out. It was letting water funnel directly into the inside, and that's not good at all. So I took wood that I already had, cut it to length. I purposely made it to where it's thick like this because I wanted one of them window mounted bird feeders up here, and I got a crappy job, but it does the job of caulk. It prevents water from directly funneling into there, and it's kind of at an angle, so it runs off, as you can see. So, better than just letting water directly go into there. We got some flowers growing down here. Those are flowers from, I forget what they call them, annual, I don't know, I don't know much about plants, but the ones that come back every year. But oh yeah, there's probably going to be more growing here along the side, and we're going to be eventually growing vegetables and stuff. And on the other side of my house, obviously I've made a video of this before. We're going to be leveling this with dirt. We still haven't yet, but since then, we've actually made the bricks stick together with mortar, of course. And it looks crummy, but it's solid, as you can see. Oh yeah, I'm not going to kick it any harder than that in case it does break. But of course, we're going to be leveling this with dirt when we finally get dirt. But oh yeah, there's the other side. And of course, rocks for drainage. I said that before. And nice enough, our city actually gave us new garbage cans completely free. Well, not free. It really cost us an extra 75 cents on our monthly bill. But, oh yeah, they're actually really nice, though. I'm not going to show you a garbage can. You know what a garbage can looks like. But, oh yeah. And last but definitely not least, update on our animals. Benny's been doing good. I meant to make a video on it, but about 2 weeks ago marked 1 year of ownership of him. If you remember, we got him from a coworker, and he was, neglected, basically, left on a farm. He was all matted, but he's doing a lot better now. And there's Joji. Talk to you about him in a second. Feels like it's starting to rain, but of course, Jack. Puppies have been doing good too. Of course, you can see we shaved them. Not because we had to, but because we wanted to. Easier on grooming, of course. Doesn't really affect them that bad. They say it, their coat's meant to, regulate temperature and stuff, but in the summer they're in AC, and the winter they're in heat, so they're not going to be outside getting overheated or too cold or anything like that. So they'll be fine. They're cute. They look a lot skinnier and super wrinkly. Here's Sally. My mom said they look like rats, but they're cute, though. They're adorable. Even without their fur, of course. They each got their faint stripe of each of their actual color on their backs. Joji, there's Joji, the little white marshmallow. Good boy. And Sparty over there, of course, the old man. Was he like 7 or 8 human years old now? He's getting to be old, pretty old. But he's still doing well, though. He was born in 2014, I'm sorry. So yeah, 10 years old, actually.